name of Patrick. He drove a tram in Boston, Massachusetts for 20 years, but he had no much English all the same, so maybe you wouldn't know it. I wished I could have said, yes, I know your son, your Patrick, or any of her 8 children who moved abroad. I asked her how she lived with his loss. You see, it's a very lovely thing to get the letters, she said. The children grow up. They leave you, they do. They leave you. They must go away from the island, but sure they send back the letters. And Musha, I don't know what we'd do on island if it weren't for the letters. We had a black, the Molloy singer, if he would sing for us. He answered, yes, I've sung for the BBC third program several times, but I am not informed to sing for you now. To do anything right, you must be in good form. I can't sing for you, but I'll wage you. I sat me down on yonder hill. I sat me down and cried my fill, and every tear will drive a mill. Iscaday to a forney. All stars for 6pence. Cheap fish, cod, haddock, mackerel on the bone. Dear me old flower, God preserve you from all harm. Would you not have a few shillings for the baby, and I'll pray for your special intention at Christmas? Are you buying? No one's buying, Julia. Sure, who'd want fish on a Christmas Eve? Are you mad, darling? Sure they want a fish. It's Christmas. Couldn't sell fish to the Pope tonight. These voices from the Dublin markets ring in my mind down the years. Right outside our door, the dealers walked fish, fruits and veg, unloading huge old vans that crowded our lane. Blather alley. Quit your blathering. Well, it's Blather alley, was the joke that ran down the generations. I had heard nothing but blarney and blather in Blather alley, especially at Christmas time. Dear Army old Scotia, buy your lovely little fur tree here. You look at me down as a girl shall go. Here's half a crown for your Christmas box, a lamb. Will you look at the swank of her, dressed all into red velvet for Christmas, smashing me out. Dave nothing like that clobber here. Needn't tell you. Dave from your granny in the States, Siobhan. Posh. She looks like a little angel. Could be at the top of the tree. Get your Christmas trees, are you buying? Oh, nothing but blather in Blather alley. We reveled in the blather, and we reveled in the old-fashioned knowledge. Our house had belonged to a cabbie, times long gone by. Siobhan used to sing, there was a crooked house, all in a crooked lane, where a crooked cabbie lived and drove an old crooked cab. Way back in the 1700s, his horse and cab had been housed in our handsome Georgian archway. We like to imagine the cabbie gently shouting, whoa there, Nellie, hey, she shouts it. And Siobhan was asking, Daddy, that was in the olden days, sure it was. Were you in the olden days too, Daddy? Olden days, I'm a very young actor, John said. The morning of Christmas Eve in Blather alley, 4-year-old Siobhan and I were baking Christmas cookies. Nanny, why are we the only family in Dublin that ever makes shaving cookies? Gina and Lisa, Hingo, only mad jealous. Well, my mammy, Grandma Molloy, baked cookies back in Pennsylvania. She taught me. But don't forget, in Pennsylvania, we don't have plum pudding. or Christmas cakes with snow scenes on the top. Think it's going to snow now, like on the Christmas cards? It never ever seems to snow in Ireland at Christmas. I'm going to pray for snow and for Simon. I'm storming the heavens that Simon will get home for Christmas. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door, and Willie Greeley popped in. There you are. Happy Christmas, Miss Molloy. Phone call from the hospital. The little lad's game ball. Yes'm get home from the hospital soon as everybody get up to the Clonskeagh Hospital. Ooh, and I'm even in your Christmas garble that Mr. Molloy's after on for your party. You can have a double celebration, thank God, with the Valley being home for Christmas Eve. Oh, and Bubbles left in a bit of a basket for your Christmas box. He slapped down 2 burlap bags stuffed with earth-smelling turnips, parsnips, carrots, rutabagas, mushrooms, celery, and spuds. Then came cases of hard lager, Guinnesses, patties, and wine. There was no room to move in the kitchen. As Siobhan climbed over the barrels and the blues, she sang, "Son will be home for Christmas, son will be home for Christmas." Daddy shouted, "Let's go. We'll hire a taxi. I've got it. We'll hire a horse and cab and bring him home in style." And Santa can do his last-minute Christmas shopping. The cabbie lifted us into the cab that was smartly painted green and gold, and we sallied forth along the blue-grey cobblestones across Cable Street Bridge, up Georgia Street, past all the happy shoppers who eyed us enviously, we were sure. The cabbie held forth at the road. "Well, the mayor had his way. Got these old cabs all tickied up, green and gold, I don't think. Why, cabs was always black, not all tarted up like a carousel. No, cabs was black, and cabbies wore black, not all dolled up like a bloody gigolo. We've been cabbies in our family for generations of cabbies, and I need me job, or you'd never get me into a green and gold uniform like a fancy man. Sure, and anyway, I still wear me black bowler hat. Cabs was always black. Whoa, Nellie, here's your Clonskeagh Hospital. I'll be waiting with Nellie, no man. Matron Stiff-uppered, as we called her, was too sweet. "Oh, Mr. Molloy, I love watching you on the telly. You play the cabbie, Mr. Mapp, so well. Now, your little fella is just grand. He was the sickest baby in Dublin. Good, you have the extra money, and there's the instruction so he won't get that nasty dose again. What a reunion, the white-headed boy in his daddy's arms, the whole family kissing as I lifted Siobhan, she cried, "We're together for Christmas." Suddenly Daddy ordered, "Matron, excuse me." He had caught her scolding a tinker girl, holding a wailing baby in her dirty green shawl. "I'm afraid we've no place for this child at Clonskeagh," the tinker girl answered. "The baby's riddled with the jaundice. He's as orange as a sweet." Matron chugged at her. "You've no medical card, you've no fixed dose, and we've no bed for the likes of it." Daddy shouted at Matron suddenly. "Just one pleasing minute, Matron. Take in that child right now. Sure, he can have my son's empty bed. This baby's just as good as mine. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, you take an oath to save lives, and tonight you'll be going to midnight mass and glorify no room at the inn. That baby's dying. His blood will be on your head, and I'll splash it all over the Irish Times in the morning. God damn you." Matron blushed 4 shades of maroon and admitted the child on